Hello, everyone. My name is Jen, and my wife Liz is here with me this time. Say hi, babe. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
So we tried doing a live stream, but it was not working whatsoever. It wasn't doing it horizontally. You would only do it vertically. It wasn't sending notifications and stuff like that. So we'll try doing another live stream on a day that I don't have a live stream. So hopefully, like a Trump live stream. That way, YouTube sends out notifications, and we can talk live at that moment. So we want to come on this video today to say thank you to everyone that has been supporting us for the last couple months, that has been supporting us recently, that has been praying for my wife, that has been going along with us through our journey of everything that has been happening regarding the health of my wife. If you don't know, if you're new to what's going on and what's happening back in 2014, at the end of 2000, I'm sorry, 2024, not 2014, 2024. At the end of 2024, my wife got diagnosed with end stage kidney failure. It came to a shock to both of us. My wife had been having a couple of symptoms here and there, starting off with foam in the pee, right? Foam in the pee. And then
they're pretty silent.
they're pretty silent.
Killer.
Yeah, so that's the thing with the kidney. And then swelling of the legs started happening around that time too. And and uh, and then you decided to actually go to the hospital at that point.
Because it was also hard to breathe.
Oh, it was starting to get hard to breathe. Okay. But what made you want to go to the hospital?
What made me want to go, decided was that one day I woke up so bloated everywhere. My hands were numb, my feet were bloated, and even my eyes were bloated. My cheeks were bloated, my eyes were bloated. Everything was
Like swollen, like super swollen, right?
Yeah, and I couldn't sleep, and I remember I would sit like this on a chair, and just stay like that throughout the whole night because if I laid down, I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, and then we learned that that was happening because her body didn't know what edema was. And if you don't know what edema is, it's basically your body keeping all of the fluid within your body. So in your cells and stuff like that, fluid starts to overpower all your cells. So your cells start to choke, right? Like all the oxygen starts to deplete your cells, and you feel like you can't breathe, you can't catch your breath.
Like if you're drowning.
Like if you're drowning, exactly right.
I was scared because I would feel like if I dozed off that I wouldn't wake up anymore.
Yeah.
And then I felt like congested. Just how you say it?
Congested. The congestion on your.
Yeah. And it was just horrible. And I decided like I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is that at first I didn't really feel pain. There was no pain. It was just bloating and uncomfortableness. When you're like, when all of a sudden you gain so much weight for no reason, it's like water weight. Like you gain it and you lose it very fast.
Yeah.
When I was gaining it, in like a week or two, it went all the way up to my stomach, and it concentrated on my legs, my stomach, and it was going to my arms.
But that's as it was progressing.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the bad thing is that I started feeling it like I couldn't breathe. That was because the water was actually getting into my lungs.
Yeah. So when my wife found out in December of 24,
I say it's so dangerous to get sick.
sick,
So if
yeah,
I get the flu or if I get a cold or if I get COVID, it's very dangerous for me because I'm if I fill up like I can't breathe. And now I'm sorry, I can't talk. And now I try my best to have anxiety. But
yeah. So anxiety is something that comes from someone that has end stage um, renal disease. It
right.
could also comes from with people that have terminal disease and stuff like that. Renal disease, kidney failure, liver failure is not considered terminal disease because you can always get on a list and get a transplant and hope that transplant works, and that transplant gives you another shot. You know, God gives you another shot. Um, but nonetheless, it gives you a sense of anxiety of not knowing what could happen, what complication can come up, and stuff like that.
I haven't had sorry I interrupted
No, no,
you.
no.
I haven't had seizures since I was little
Yeah,
and they came back one day
yeah. While you were hospitalized.
while I was
But
hospitalized.
we'll get to that in a second. But let's just go back to the beginning. At the end of 2024, she got diagnosed with end stage kidney failure. At that point, she was stage 4. Stage 4 is very advanced. It is one step from complete failure of that of the kidney. When she found out at that point, the doctor quickly started putting her on medication.
Water pills.
Water pills was the first line of attack because she needed to get all of that liquid that was already starting to pile up in her body out of her body. The
Which
second line
I
of
was still
defense,
using the restroom.
yeah, at that point she was
That's
still
why
going bathroom, yeah,
that's why I was saying that it's a silent killer because you don't really see symptoms like you don't stop peeing
or pain,
or pain like you don't feel pain. I
yeah,
was still going pee.
poo.
I was going poop. um, I had no pain. It was just the feeling of drowning
And
and
swelling,
the swelling.
yeah.
But
And then so the first line of defense was diuretics, which was water pills. The second line of defense was trying to control, because she also found out that she had diabetes. So trying to control the diabetes, and on top of everything else, trying to control the blood pressure. Because what happens is that once you start getting edema, which comes from the kidney failure, your blood pressure goes through the roof because the swelling, the extra
and
fluid
since
in your body, and
you're
stuff like
not
that. You're
releasing
not excreting it, right?
you're not releasing properly, that's why the blood sugars spike up
That too. Hmm.
because your organs are not working properly and you start developing diabetes.
Yeah. So once she got diagnosed with that, she started all her medications and stuff like that. So from December 14th to December probably like the 20th, you were hospitalized.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she got out of the hospital on the 21st of December of that year of 2024, and we got the ability to go and spend Christmas with family, which was amazing, and we thank God so much for that because my wife was able to get out of the hospital at that moment, um, go spend Christmas and New Year's with the family, with the baby, and everybody. But then 2025 came. In February of 2025, my wife got hospitalized again. This time it was because um, the swelling had come back, but severely.
Severe.
severe, and we're talking about severely. Her legs were huge. It was going up to the stomach. It was heading up to the chest, to the
Mhm.
face. You would wake up with your eyes swollen, your
I
cheeks
was
swollen.
I went from 190 pounds to
Almost
close
300 pounds.
to 300 pounds, maybe
Hmm.
two. It was like 5 pounds away from being 300 pounds,
Yeah.
and it was all water weight. And on that, I noticed that I wasn't peeing at all anymore.
Yeah. So
I would
even
pee
the
like maybe
diuretics will
one
take
or
too
twice,
much, right?
maybe once a day, but it was very little.
Yeah. So when she found out that she had end stage kidney failure, or kidney failure stage
Stage
4,
4.
her output, or her kidney function, was at 45%.
Yeah.
When she was hospitalized in February of 2025, her kidney function went from 45% to 25%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was at 25% at that point.
And
They
it went
hospitalized her,
lower.
and you were hospitalized for a month, around a month. At that point, the doctor started doing even more diuretics. They started to try their best to get all that fluid out and to control her blood pressure and to control everything else. And it worked, because you were hospitalized and you were, they were doing it on a continuous basis. That's at the point that they started to control also her sugar. Um, they really started getting on controlling the sugar. She was there for a month, so from February to March. Around April, the beginning of April, she got out again, and we went to a. Remember, we went to your doctor, a doctor visit, and at that doctor visit, he told my wife, your kidney function is getting worse, and I want to keep you off of dialysis as long as possible.
Yeah.
And that was the expectation of her nephrologist, was to keep her out of dialysis for as long as humanly possible, in order to control the sugar, control the blood pressure, and make sure that the swelling stayed under control. But unfortunately, the body had
And I was,
other
mm,
plans.
and
If you can explain
the
that.
other symptoms I had was um for the baby I was taking care of. I would, and for my husband, I would force myself to try and eat. But one of the biggest things is the nauseousness,
Dry heaving,
dry heaving, waking up every morning, super nauseous,
throwing up water.
throwing up nothing but liquids or bile.
Yeah.
Um, and every time he would ask me, "Are you hungry?" I felt bad, and I'm like, to say no. We would kind of have fights too because he wanted me to eat, and I'm like, I don't want to eat. I don't feel like eating, and you just feel so horrible that all you want to do is sleep.
Yeah. And that's something, as someone that had never been around anybody that had had um, any type of health issues ever. Um, I myself have never had any health issues ever, including diabetes or hypertension, any type of diseases, heart disease, kidney disease, liver disease, none of those things. None of the people that I grew up with ever had them, siblings or anything like that, never had them, um, family members, no one. I absolutely no one that I was in contact throughout my childhood ever had any problems regarding health.
So
So coming into this with completely no knowledge of anything that had to do, not even diabetes or
guess
anything,
it was hard for you to understand
to
why
understand.
isn't she eating?
Exactly. It was difficult for me to understand why wasn't she eating? Why wasn't she hungry? My main thing was I need to feed my wife. Again, it was my wife, it was I, and it was a baby. And my main thing was making sure that the baby was nice and fed because she was a toddler, and she was already eating solids and stuff like that. So feeding the baby, feeding my wife, making sure that that they were nice and well fed and stuff like that. My wife would say, you know what, I'm not hungry, um, and that's something that I started learning over time. So
You feel so gross.
yeah,
And by that I mean like nauseous.
yeah, yeah,
Like you
nauseous.
literally, I don't know how to explain it. So for people to understand, it's just when you, the best thing I can tell is when you're nauseous, force yourself to eat and see if you eat.
Yeah,
That's
that's something that my wife has explained to me, and I understand now. And even till today, there are some days where she feels like that. She takes a ton of medications, over 14 different medications in total. Some are doubles and some you have to take in the
20,
morning and the
I mean
afternoon.
18 to be exact.
Yeah. So there are days that she feels like that, and there are days that I'm very happy that she says, I'm hungry, I want to eat this, or I feel like eating that, I'm craving this, I'm craving that. So I get very happy that on certain days that there are certain things that she enjoys, that she likes, that she does want
It
to.
was very hard for me to try to explain to him and explain to myself too. Um, but it's just having this is the best I can. That's the only thing I can say is if you know anybody that has this, just listen to them.
Yeah,
Be
and understand them.
understand them. Be patient.
Yeah, patience is the number one thing regarding this whole situation. If you ever, hopefully never, but if you are ever, or you a loved one is ever, or a significant other, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, sister, mother, father, whatever, friend, is ever going through something like this, the number one thing is just to be patient with them. And it's difficult. It's difficult for the person taking care of them or for the person trying to help them, but you can only imagine what they are feeling.
Just
What they are feeling is a million times more than what you would ever feel. And on top of that, they're trying not to worry the other person too.
try not to, if you can, like
Let me get yours into it.
tell them that you care for them. Tell them that they're not a burden to you. Make them feel as comfortable as possible.
If you can just pull it out.
Tell them that they're not a burden to you.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Let me
always
put it on
and
that side.
try your best to keep their hopes up and tell them that they're beautiful.
So
Because believe it or not, you start your, to see, the patient starts to see themselves change
yeah,
and see themselves as ugly, unwanted, a
a
burden.
burden. That's the number one thing that not only patients themselves, everyone that goes through it, but also in textbooks and stuff like that, it says that exact thing, that the person that your loved one, the person that you're trying to help, sees themselves as a burden to those around them, to their loved ones, to their significant other, to their parents, or whoever is around them, that
For
they see
me,
themselves as a burden.
especially as a woman, you know, that you're so used to doing the laundry, doing the dishes, doing the cooking, and keeping the house clean, feeding their pets, like
Being normal, right?
doing
Doing normal
what
thing.
a home person does, a wife. But
Yeah.
they say, what a wife makes it a home,
Yeah.
cooking, feeding your baby, um, all that stuff.
Yeah.
From doing all that to completely not being able to do nothing, not even able to be standing up to make a scrambled egg
Yeah.
because
Sorry, I thought it was.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand there and make an egg because I would feel like I was fainting, and I started to feel
And not only that,
pain in the back of my
this
back.
and the swelling too.
The swelling
What
on my
it
legs would it was very heavy,
very
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 heavy.
heavy.
You don't know how heavy your limbs are until you can't move them how you normally feel that you can.
So that is the second time that she was hospitalized, was because the swelling, the edema got all the way up to
My chest.
the chest. Um, the doctor told us that she was a couple days away from it hitting the lung. And the problem with that
It
is
did
that
go a
if
little bit on inside
a,
my
a
lungs,
tiny bit, yes,
but
but
they were able to.
we were able to catch it in time.
Yeah.
If it would have gone into the lung, then a whole set of new problems would have happened. And unfortunately, a lot of people that pass away from kidneys or kidney problems is because the edema got so severe that it started leaking
It
into the
reached
lung, right?
their lungs.
Yeah, it reached the lungs, and that's
Severe.
when
Yeah.
people pass away. Um, Not really because the kidney stops working, because obviously you go to dialysis for that,
Yeah.
but because the person, the severe edema, the water in the body got so severe that it started leaking into the lung, and then they drown. In putting it lightly.
Also, what could make them go away faster, pass away faster, is if they get sick, a
Yeah,
flu,
a
a
flu, a cold,
disease, or if they
an
eat something and
infection,
they eat something bad food, like something that food poisoning,
food poisoning.
it's very dangerous.
Yeah. So that's why you have to be very careful in where you go eat, what you eat.
My grandma and my grandpa both passed away from kind of like this, but I mean, I'm not sure if I can tell the story
Without permission.
without my mom's permission.
Yeah.
But
But doctors know that the family members have passed away from the same situation. My wife
so
is,
the very first thing I thought was, I'm next.
but so she got hospitalized the second time, because of the severe edema. The doctor told her, "I want to keep you off dialysis as long as possible."
I love my doctor, by the way.
Yeah, her nephrologist is very very good. We love him,
He's
and
he's always
on top of it all,
he's always on top of everything, and honestly, that's why I thank you guys when you guys send me prayers, because
the right people go in their path. Yeah.
the right people go into his path. And not only that, it's every time I see him, he gives me hope. Tells me, like, he doesn't say, "Oh, well, you're probably gonna," no. He tells me, "You're gonna live a long life."
Yeah.
He
We're
tells
gonna
me,
do our best to get this fixed.
"You're gonna be okay. Don't worry. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna live a long life. I'm gonna be your doctor
A long
for a
time.
long time. Just make sure you keep coming to me to keep checking your new kidneys." And he gives me that hope. Like, he tells me,
Yeah,
"You're
he says
gonna
when you
live
get
a
your new
long life."
kidney, you're gonna come to me and we're gonna maintain it.
Yeah. So, like, he tells me positive things, like good things. He
Yeah,
doesn't tell me, "Oh, we'll see. You have," no. He doesn't.
and
He's
believe me, there's a lot of nephrologists that do that, because
but he
my
doesn't
hospital.
scare me. He tells me to be positive. He gives me hope. He makes me laugh. I love my doctor, honestly.
So my wife hasn't been in total in 6 different hospitals. And she has been hospitalized 5 different times in 6 different hospitals. And we have met a lot of nephrologists, and there are some nephrologists that are very cold.
Yeah.
And they don't give hope at all. And they just go, oh, well, do this. Oh, don't do that. Oh, take this off.
They don't
this.
explain.
Like, they don't explain. They don't give you hope. They don't tell you what's going on,
Like
or what the plan is, or anything like that. So we know that they're bad nephrologists, and we know, like the one that my wife, her main nephrologist, is someone that we do trust and we like, because he gives hope, he gives information, and he tells us what's going on, and he makes a plan along with us, not just tells us what to do.
He makes sure that I understand. Like, I'm not a very smart person. I'm going to be honest. It takes a little bit for me to understand things, especially when I have anxiety or when I take medications. Things have to be explained to me so that I understand them. So I always tell him, dumb it down and explain it to me. He says, okay, I'll dumb it down. He says, like, that's not the word that he likes to use, but he makes me laugh.
Yeah.
And when you can laugh with your doctor, and every time I see him, he gives me hope. But the biggest hope I have
is gone. Yeah, so the second time, it was for edema. We went to the doctors. He told us he was going to keep her off of dialysis for as long as possible. But then we went back for another follow-up, and he said, I'm sorry, Liz, but your kidney function from the last time that I saw you, which was 3 months before, right? So we were talking March, April, May, going around May. We went back to him 2 months later, and he says, your kidney function now is at 14%. 13%, okay. And he says, this is below the threshold of where you're supposed to be when you're already on dialysis. And I'm going to need to put you on dialysis as soon as possible.
Pretty much like he said now.
He said now, yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. So then a week later, she was doing dialysis, which is called PD, or peritoneal dialysis. It is a dialysis that is done in the peritoneal, which is the part of the stomach,
I still have it.
which she has the catheter for that. Would you like to show it?
I don't want to show the whole thing, but
or it's right here. You can just put the thing. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to see, but so it's a catheter. It's a catheter that goes into the stomach here. And basically the machine, what it does is it fills up the stomach with liquid, and then the machine turns on. Here you go. This is the peritoneal dialysis. She still has it because
it's on a necklace, because I would like to keep it safe.
Yeah. So it creates a lot of water in the peritoneal, which is this part of in the stomach. Fills it up with water and then lets it sit. After after a little while, the machine starts to like suction out all the water, and then it does that over and over and over again for 8 hours in order for it to no, you don't need to open. It's okay.
Just so they can see.
Oh. So
that's it.
So what's it called? So yeah, so it's a catheter that gets connected to a machine. The machine does all the cleaning for her. All the liquid comes out of the body along with some of the toxins and stuff like that. So she started doing that. We were getting trained for it. The training went on for 3 weeks or 2 weeks, something like that.
And I started to get yellow.
Yeah. So by the first week,
so I put it in this bag.
Yeah. Just to keep it safe so it won't yank off and stuff like that.
Keep it safe close to me so I don't pull it off or it doesn't dangle or I don't sit on it.
Yeah.
Because if you pull this out, you're in big trouble.
Yeah. So she started doing that. She but then a week later she got hospitalized. Now the reason she got
That
hospitalized
was Luke.
at that point was because
I heard Luke.
she started to notice that she started to feel sick. She started vomiting. She will vomit and have diarrhea, stuff like that, and she got hospitalized. She got hospitalized for at least
Check, please.
give me 1 second. So like I was saying,
Doggy.
sorry, yeah, that was my doggy barking. I forgot what I was saying. So she started doing the PD. She started to vomit and diarrhea and stuff like that. So she got hospitalized.
All the weight came down.
All the weight, yeah. Oh yeah. That was one thing, is that all of the water and stuff really did start to come out of the body. So she started to really lose a lot of liquid, pretty much all of it that had been, stagnant for a long time.
Back to pretty much
her normal weight. Yeah.
So 100 pounds in like a month.
Yeah, probably less. So when she got hospitalized, they told us that she was toxin overloaded.
Meaning they took the liquid out, but I had a ton of toxins that had been building inside me.
So the whole time from December, or probably before that, from December that we found out to around around May, all of the toxins that had been building up that whole time, when all of the liquid got out of her body, when she started doing the peritoneal, everything just started to show up, right? So she started vomiting, she started diarrhea, she started getting really sick. She got
itchy
skin. Really itchy, and her skin got super dry. A lot of spots started coming up on her body, rashes,
bumps everywhere.
She got hospitalized for a month and a half, trying to get all of that out, all of that other stuff out. And she, at that point, so we're talking about April, May, she got this installed. Not this one specifically, but one similar to it, which is hemodialysis. It was another one that was more up here. That one was like a temporary one that you get at the hospital. And she started doing hemodialysis. Now, hemodialysis is done with the blood compared to peritoneal that's done with liquid. That one, she started doing it, and all the toxins started to get better, right? That's from May until June. She left the hospital again. She was there for around 3 weeks. She left the hospital. She had the what's it called, the PD thing all ready to go. She only lasted like a day or two. And then she went straight back to the hospital. This time was because she started getting yellow. Her eyes started getting yellow. Again, she was having a lot of vomiting, a lot of diarrhea. She was starting to have a lot of pain, right? She couldn't breathe, and she started having a lot of pain in the abdomen. So I thought, honestly, is that she had something called peritonitis. Now, if you never heard of peritonitis, basically what it is an infection in the peritoneal, which is the area where the PD catheter is. And basically what it is that foreign bacteria goes into that tube, starts creating havoc in the peritoneal, and then creates a bacteria that gets you sick. So that's what I originally thought, that it was peritonitis, where she was having all the pain and all that stuff in the stomach. Okay. But it didn't make any sense, because she started getting jaundice, which is the yellowing of the skin, yellowing of the eyes.
I still have a little
and bit. Her skin color got really dark, right? Like the pigmentation of her skin got very, very dark. And that was all part of what was the new stuff that was going on. And this was in July. This was around July 12th. It wasn't a nice tan. No. It was like
a greenish zombie look.
Yeah, it was like a greenish, yellowish look to it. So not only was she jaundiced, but her pigmentation got darker, so it created like this weird green yellowish color,
like
right?
a zombie.
Like a zombie. Yeah, exactly, like a zombie. You're right. You're 100% correct. So that was in July.
My eyes were really yellow.
Her eyes were very yellow. So she went into the hospital again. So this is already what, 1, 2, 3, the fourth time. Now, from July up until November, that was a continuous hospitalization. Completely continuous. And this is before we started doing videos. This is before we started letting you guys know what was going on. This is way before all of this. So she had already been going through the hospital and going through a bunch of different types of procedures, imaging, blood tests, doctor visits, specialists from the kidneys and the heart and a bunch of other stuff.
My brain, my heart.
The brain, the heart, everything.
Other organs, everything.
All the vital organs.
I did like all the procedures in like less than a week, I think.
Oh yeah, every single procedure you can possibly think of.
And then I got like I got like this weird heartburn or burning sensation.
So she got an endoscopy done. She got a colonoscopy done. So many different.
Everything you guys can think of to get tested, I did it.
Yeah. So when she went into the hospital in July, they told her, you know what?
I think I made one of my doctors cry because he's like, she's so young, poor thing, going through all of this.
And so many things are happening to her all at the same time. So in July, she found out that she had.
Cry a lot.
It's okay.
Just like.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I understand what you're what's going on. Don't worry. Really so in July, so in July, she went back into the hospital. They told her that there was something wrong with her kidney. They said that they really do not know what is wrong with the kidney, but that the kidney is causing the jaundice, the kidney is causing the pain, the kidney is causing. I'm sorry, the liver. I'm so sorry about that. The liver, that there was something wrong with the liver.
Yeah.
But they did not know exactly what was going on with the liver, but the liver was causing the jaundice. The liver was causing the yellowing of the eyes.
Or if I smoke or I do drugs. And I said, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I don't even take Tylenol and
pain medication.
I don't do none of that stuff.
Yeah, that she doesn't do any of those things because that was the number one thing. And they said, oh, you can't drink anymore. Alcohol probably did this to you.
And I don't think they believed me. So they tested it. They went and took a piece of my liver and they tested and they saw that there's no drugs. There's no drinking ever. They checked everything and they're like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You didn't drink. You don't do drugs. There's no signs of what is this?
Cirrhosis.
Like cirrhosis. There's no liver damage. There's nothing. It's just
nothing that she could have done herself that caused her the symptoms that she was having. Yeah. Because the number one thing that they thought was because of drinking. They thought that she was like an alcoholic or a drug addict that messed up her liver. So that why,
especially with me going to the hospital telling them I'm not a drug addict, and they see all this.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and right now they see all this because this is where all the IVs I had
for being hospitalized straight for 6 months.
So I had blood tests, IVs, poking every single day.
Yeah.
All the little marks you see on my hands
are from
all the little dots you see on my hands.
Getting poked every single day.
You see every single thing, every bruise, everything you see, it was because there was an IV there, or because they checked my blood every day.
Yeah. So they were trying to figure out what was going on with the liver, causing the pain and stuff like that. So they did a biopsy of the liver. They didn't find anything. Then they did a second biopsy.
They didn't find any drugs,
cirrhosis
thing, anything. So they're like, okay, they confirmed that I was telling the truth.
Yeah.
That I never did drugs. I never did alcohol. I never even did sugar in my system, which they were kind of surprised that I never even used insulin, because they're like, if your kidneys messed up because of diabetes, then you it must have a trace of that.
Yeah.
But there's no trace, because, like, again, I wouldn't eat wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person that sits there and eats a bag of candy or drinks a whole
Chips.
Coke or chips. Like, I eat really healthy. That's why when they said that it was diabetes, they were like, yeah, they're wrong. They're wrong, because my diabetes didn't cause my kidney to fail or my liver to fail.
Yeah.
So they
they
were
did.
still looking to see, well, then what had happened, like what happened,
Yeah. So
what
they did a
caused it.
second. They did a second biopsy, and they said, "Well, we see something wrong between the gallbladder and the liver." Okay. So then it's like, okay, do you guys think that she needs a stent, or there's something blockage in between the gallbladder and the liver? And they're like, we don't know. And it's like, oh well, it might have sludge and all these other things. They were trying to see if there was anything wrong between the two, and they couldn't find anything. But they knew, and they up until this point, they know that there's something wrong with the liver,
But they don't know what it is.
but they don't know what it is exactly, and they don't know what's
Nobody,
causing it, and they don't know.
nobody knows what is causing my liver to be inflamed. And I have a personal theory that I think it's all the toxins
That cause havoc.
that caused havoc in my body that made my liver swell up. And
It's
since
possible.
they took out all the water from the peritoneal thing out, then my liver absorbed everything concentrated.
Yeah.
So then,
And that's what the sludge that they
so
possibly
that's what I'm
see.
telling them. That I think they took out all the liquid, then my liver, like a sponge, grabbed all the toxins, and then that's what
But
happened.
instead of excreting or instead of letting it go, it just kept
But
it all there.
that's just my theory in my head. That's what I think happened.
Yeah, that's not diagnosed
That's
or
not
anything.
diagnosed. That's not.
She's only diagnosed right now as end stage kidney failure and liver disease,
Liver
but they don't
disease.
know what the disease of the liver really is or
Yeah.
what caused it. So,
Because
so she was.
the first thing that they ask for the liver is like, if you did something to yourself, that you abuse something, because that's the only way that the liver really gets messed up.
But it has to be years of abuse.
Years.
Not just, oh, I'm gonna pound a whole bunch of beers for 6 months and then my my liver's gonna
No.
fail. No. That has to be years of abuse.
That's why they were even surprised, because
And they were surprised because you're too young.
Too young.
And so you don't even have enough time to abuse your liver using alcohol. You're too young. So that's what happened. And we're up until July of last year, 2025. And she was at the hospital. And at that hospital, they pretty much told her, there's nothing more we can do for you. There's absolutely nothing we can do for you at this point in time. We have hit a wall, and there is nothing we can do, and you need to get out. And that is when we came to you guys and we told you guys about what was happening at that moment, is that they were kicking us out. They told my wife, there's nothing more we can do for you, and you need to get out. And the insurance is refusing to pay any more time for you guys to stay here, and you guys need to leave. So we did that. We left. And we said, screw it, if there's nothing they're going to do.
I was in a lot of pain.
She was in a lot of pain. She was still feeling very sick.
The pain came from the biopsies.
Yeah.
Where
at the time.
And the burning sensation in my stomach at that time.
For the 2 biopsies that they did. And I told them,
can I please at least have something? But since they thought, I don't know, maybe they thought that I wanted to abuse medication or something, but I was in a lot of pain.
Yeah. So she lasted.
Surgery and the burning sensation, that hurt really bad. I told them, please just give me anything, so that the burning goes away.
Yeah.
And I told them, but they didn't listen.
So that was in when that happened, that was at the end of July, probably the beginning of August or September, one of the two.
Lord.
And so we left and we upload. There are some videos on the channel of that time when we were arguing back and forth, and they told us the insurance is not going to pay anymore. You guys need to leave and all that stuff, and we left. She lasted probably 2 days.
Yeah.
If that, because the pain was severe, the sickness was severe, the way that she was feeling was severe. She was screaming in pain.
I had my first seizure at home.
Yeah, and she had her first seizure at home. So I called 911 and I told them, please don't take her to the hospital that we just came out of a day and a half ago. Please take her somewhere else. And they did. So they took us to another hospital. At that hospital is where her nephrologist was at that time. Mm-hmm. And he took the case and he said, what the heck have they been doing to you? What is going on with your liver now? And stuff like that. So he started doing all the research. He started talking to his colleagues that for his regarding the liver. And we stayed there for, how long do you think we stayed? Like 2 weeks?
17 days.
Yeah, like 17 days at that hospital, trying to get more information, trying to build up something. And one day they came up to us and they said, look, we can no longer do anything for you here, but we can transfer you to a hospital where they have a specialist that is for the liver, a specialist for the liver. And you can go and talk to them. They're willing to take you in, but it's an hour and a half away from that hospital that we were at. So we agreed and we send her over, and they send her over to that hospital. It's called Riverside University Hospital.
Can't talk about it.
So Riverside University Hospital, that she stayed there for a month, almost. I think I'm going to say almost 2 months. At that hospital, they tried to get as much information as they possibly could regarding that, regarding what was going on at that hospital. They got a lot of more tests done. They said that you had autoimmune hepatitis.
It all came to the same thing that they didn't know.
They didn't know, but they said, oh, it could possibly be autoimmune hepatitis, which is technically the body attacking itself, and the victim of it is not only my wife but her liver, right? And autoimmune hepatitis. They got to the point where they told us we can't do anything about it anymore either. I'm sorry, but we hit a wall. All of our specialists can't figure out what's wrong with your wife.
They don't know how.
They don't know what is going on, and the insurance is already causing problems again. So then they said, but we can send her to a place where they have transplant doctors and very specialized, not only nephrologists, but also liver doctors or hepatologists, I think they're called. And they'll be able to do more tests, figure out more stuff and whatever. So we're like, okay, fine. I don't know
if you can imagine by now, I was so tired and poked everywhere.
Yeah. She had already been hospitalized for at least 3 to 4 months at that point. Yeah. So.
And he poked every single day.
Every single day. So she, and on top of that, being hospitalized and being in a bed all day, not being able to get out, not being able to do anything, she started getting weak from her legs, not being able to walk that good at that point anymore. So once they told us that they were going to transfer us, they transferred us over to a transplant center, which was Loma Linda University Hospital. That's where she ended up going to the transplant unit. And that is where we got into the whole situation of, it's also on the channel. A lot of you guys prayed for her so much while she was there. A lot of people supported us so much while she was there. You guys helped us, get her into that unit. You guys helped us keep a roof over our heads. You guys helped us continue operation. You guys helped us continue and keep going and everything like that. A lot of you guys, a lot of you patriots helped us financially. You guys helped us with prayers and stuff like that. My wife was at that place for a month, and unfortunately, while she was there, she fell. She fell while she was in the bathroom. Um, she, that hospital basically failed you, keeping you safe from the number one thing that they were afraid of, which is her falling.
As I told him, I can't get up. I can't get up on myself, but they would force me. They would tell me, get up.
And then since I was there with my wife the whole time, they started pretty much halfway into her being hospitalized there. They started blocking me from trying to help my wife get up, move, take her to the bathroom.
Like they wouldn't let him help me. And I would tell him, like, I can't be alone. I'm scared. I feel weak.
Yeah.
And they will get mad, and they will be like, you have to let her
do it herself.
Do it herself.
She needs to she needs to be more independent. She needs to get stronger and stuff like that. And I'm all like, I understand that, and I'm all for that, and I don't want her to be not being able to move and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm afraid that she might fall. And that's exactly what happened. She was in the bathroom and she fell.
Oh, really bad.
Yeah, she fell really bad, and she damaged her L5 and L2 in the lower spine. And
3 fractures.
3 fractures. And then on the spine. And on top of that, she hit her head. 3 days later, she had a severe seizure that landed her in the ICU, which we don't have to talk about that. There's videos on the channel regarding that whole situation. I just don't want my wife to relive that. But she ended up in the ICU because she coded. She went full code, and yeah. So
tell people to know what that means.
Full code is when your heart stops and you die, and you have to get resuscitated, and then you go into the ICU, and hopefully you survive, which my wife obviously did. She's very strong. She's a warrior. She's a fighter, and she got through it. She came out of the ICU strong, cognitive strong, and everything else. With a lot of PTSD, but she did come out stronger than ever before.
I can't. I'm so scared to go back to a hospital.
Yeah, I totally understand. But
and so I know that I still have a long way to go. I still have to get my transplant. I still have to be in a hospital.
But all the stuff that you have gone through has made you stronger.
I don't know about that. I still don't know about
that. I understand.
I can't even talk about it because I'm terrified. I'm terrified.
So she was in ICU for 7 days. After she got out of the ICU, she still stayed at that hospital for another probably 2 weeks, maybe in 3 weeks. And they were about to send us home. Yeah. But the thing about it was that I told them my wife cannot walk anymore. After she went into the ICU, she couldn't walk. She lost a lot of muscle mass. She had been hospitalized for like 6 months at that point, continuously. So she couldn't walk. She could walk very, very, very short distances. And not only short distances, but after she fell and she hurt her spine, she couldn't walk anymore. So I told them, she needs to go into a facility. She needs to go into a inpatient rehab to try to get her stronger and more mobile, more agile, more being able to walk and stuff like that. So they're like, well, the insurance doesn't want to pay. The insurance doesn't want to do anything, blah, blah, blah. So I came to you guys and I told her, you know what, guys, I think we're going to need help getting my wife into a rehab facility, inpatient, meaning her actually staying there overnight every day for X amount of days. But they knew, because she fell there, because you fell at that hospital, they knew that they were on the hook, that we can potentially turn around and sue them for what had happened. So what did they do? They covered whatever the insurance didn't cover. So you can go into their own facility for acute inpatient rehab, which was also at the same place,
Yeah.
but just down the street.
It's literally down the street.
Like not even 5 minutes away from the main hospital where she fell. So they told us, you know what, we're going to put you in. She's going to stay there for 14 days. She's going to be able to do all of the stuff that she needs to do there. She's going to get her medication. She's going to get dialysis and all those things. So they told us, nothing out of pocket. Everything will be completely paid for and all this other stuff. So I said, okay. I had originally put a post up and said, hey, you know what, guys, I'm going to need help getting my wife into this facility. But once they actually knew that they needed to do something in order to keep us kind of like quiet for the moment regarding her falling at that hospital, they paid for everything. And they said, oh, no, everything's going to be paid for. So she stayed there for 14 days originally.
Yeah.
But then they extended it for another 10 days. Remember that? So she stayed there a total of 24 days?
It was like a month.
Yeah, like 24 days. But that place, instead of helping her get better, get out of this wheelchair, which she's in right now, she's in a wheelchair. Instead of them helping her get out of that wheelchair, they pretty much kept her there.
Yeah.
Because they did nothing regarding dialysis. Her legs got super swollen. She went back to how she was back in March of that same year. Her being like
300 pounds.
She went back to being 300 pounds. Exactly. And on top of that, outpatient, which is being helping her get up and walk and move, they would force her to walk while she was super swollen.
Yeah.
Which caused a lot of pain because she had fractures on her back. And
I don't know if they just didn't care or they didn't seem to understand.
It's just completely negligent. The way that they did everything was completely negligent.
I had 3 fractures in my back.
They were forcing you to walk.
They would force me to get up
and walk
and bend over and walk
while super swollen, while them not being able to control the swelling.
I was telling them I'm swollen, like I can't even lift my legs because my back hurts. But they didn't care. They would force me to do it still.
Yeah. So that inpatient facility did nothing to help her get out of this wheelchair. Yeah. Absolutely nothing. Just made everything 100 times worse.
I kept telling my husband, I want to go.
Yeah, we wanted to get out of there. To be honest with you, we wanted to get out of there as soon as possible because they were doing absolutely nothing. Sorry. To help heal and to help her walk again.
I needed to heal. But the weird thing is that they didn't even know how to put on the brace, the back brace, which I'm supposed to have on all the time.
Yeah.
But right now I just woke up to do this video. They didn't even know how to put on a brace.
Yeah, so she has a brace that she has to wear, and she wears it all the time. But right now, we started doing a live stream, but but we couldn't get it figured out and to work. But that place was horrible, and it did not work. So now we need to get her into a facility or outpatient where they can actually, now that she's back to normal, now that she's doing dialysis for the last month and a half, that she's doing fantastic with dialysis, that she's going back to her normal weight, that all of her blood tests are just today we got her blood test and it's fantastic. All of the blood tests is great. Now
not
is
fantastic, but it's,
I mean, for her condition.
for my condition,
Yes, for her condition.
It's a lot better.
Yeah.
I still have some weight. My face is still puffy. I still see it.
Yeah.
My skin color is coming back. I was really, really dark.
And she's not yellow as much anymore
I'm not
at
as
all,
yellow.
if at all. The yellowing of her eyes is going away.
My hands are getting like back to their normal size. They
And
look
they're starting to
weird
get soft
and skinny.
again, right?
I'm starting to get soft again.
Yeah.
My legs, they don't have swelling that much anymore.
Yeah. But tell them, can you walk right now?
I can't walk.
And not even short distances. Like, I have to help her go to the bathroom. I have to help her get up.
He literally has to hold me, like when you hold a 2-year-old when it's learning how to walk.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if I don't
like a
have
toddler walking.
like if I don't have him next to me, I can fall. I will fall.
Yeah.
And I know, and that is my biggest fear, is that if I fall and hit my head again.
Okay.
If I fall and hit my head again, it's so hard to do the code the blue thing. To know that you died and somebody had to bring you back to life, not only once but 2 times.
Yeah. So
I don't.
So this is the biggest reason that right now we do need a lot of help from everyone is because we need to help her walk again. We need to help her get into the outpatient and do all the stuff to get her to walk again. We also need I need help getting her um, it's like a walker but with a chair. So then that way, when she transitions from the wheelchair, she can actually walk with the walker. But if she gets too tired, she can turn around and sit down.
Yeah.
Right. And
it's like a little red one. I don't know.
Yeah. So it's and it has like little brakes and stuff like that. The insurance won't cover it because the insurance says, "Oh, we're already helping you with the wheelchair. She already has a wheelchair. She doesn't need
which I have
that
to
thing."
return.
Which it's only rented. It's not even hers. It's a rented wheelchair. And what's it called? And the insurance says, "Oh, well, she doesn't need that. She already has a wheelchair. She can move around with that." So the insurance doesn't want to cover that. That's one. And two, the insurance doesn't want to fully cover the outpatient rehab because they already covered 80% of the inpatient rehab.
Yeah.
They said, "Well, you already were there for a long time. Now, it's an hour." And now, in order to get you to the outpatient stuff, then you're gonna have to figure that out, right? And what's it called? So that is where we're at right now, folks. We're trying to do that for her. We're trying to help her walk again. So if you guys can help, there's information in the description below. I'll also pin it to the top of the comments and stuff like that. It will be greatly appreciated. Just I will let you guys help us when my wife was at the
AC turned on.
My wife was at the other hospital. You guys helped us out so much. You guys helped us continue. You guys helped us get her into the rehab facility. Now we need your help once again. Thank you so much for watching this video. We're gonna do a live stream doing a Q&A. So in case you guys have any questions about anything that happened or anything of what's going on with my wife, we'll try doing one in a few days.
I'm sorry also. I'm not fully here. I'm under a lot of medication. I'm very, very tired when I come out of the dialysis.
Yeah.
So if I don't look my best, I'm trying to look my very best. trying to stay awake. Like right now, I keep telling him that how long is the video, but it's because I'm leaning now. I don't know if you guys can notice.
Yeah, so her back starts
My
hurting.
back is hurting now. I'm nauseous. I had to drink my other pills, and I want to throw up and sleep.
Yeah. So again, if you guys would like to help us, the information is in the description below, also at the top of the comments. Any and all help is greatly appreciated, and prayers for my wife so she can get better.
Please
So
keep me in your prayers.
please keep her in your prayers, and also pray for my wife so transplant can happen this year, hopefully. The sooner the better. um, so then that way she can be on her way to recovery more than just maintenance. Right now is basically what she's doing. A lot of maintenance is going on in order to keep her electrolytes in check, keep her edema or swelling in check, and stuff like that. So that's what we're doing right now, is a lot of maintenance in order for her not to get hospitalized again. So I'm trying my best, trying to feed her correctly, trying to give her all her medications, trying to do everything that we possibly can to maintain her body and make her feel better.
I do want to say thank you to you. Thank you to them. Thank you to you guys. I know I am a little stubborn sometimes. Thank you for dealing with me. Thank you guys for listening and for praying for me.
Prayers are greatly appreciated. And we're, like I said, we're just trying to. I'm right now. I want my wife to be able to get up. I want my wife to be able to walk again. I want my wife to be able to feel mobile again, and for her to feel normal. So
I also want to say thank you to my mom if she's seeing this video, to my sisters if they're watching this video. I want to say thank you to them because even though I don't see them as often as I wish, I know that somehow they always try to make me smile and make me feel that I'm okay and I'm gonna be okay. And honestly, that is like the best thing people could give me. Like they can tell me you're gonna be fine and give me hope. Those words. And my husband for doing absolutely everything that he does for me.
So yeah, folks, we don't want to make this any longer because my wife, she's starting to feel some pain. But again, if you would like to help us, the information is in the description at the top of the comments. We will do a live stream very soon doing Q&A in case you guys have any questions. Let us know in the comments also. Tune in. Tune in to that live stream very soon as we do a Q&A and answer any and all questions that you guys might have. Right now, our GoFundMe is in the description and the top of the comments to help my wife become mobile again. And any and all help is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good night, good morning, at whatever time you're watching this. And please keep my wife in your prayers. Please help us as much as you guys can, or just share this video, share our GoFundMe, share all of our journey. And we will keep you guys updated, and we will also do a Q&A live stream very soon. Thank you so much, everyone, and goodbye.